grand total 0.01. I haven't actually broke down all of this yet to know if it appears in anything else, but it is used in the Rika protein. And that's it. And this Rika protein gets used like 3 times in this perfect sample. I have come to the determination that the perfect sample item requirement for utility science is actually very, very, very well designed in that it is not tedious. It is adding an absolute ton of complexity to the overall utility science tech, but the actual material requirements to make the perfect samples are quite well balanced. So yeah, the great alien samples, this is the only absolutely required constant use of the great alien samples over time. Otherwise, it will just be used for upgrades and first versions of creatures. Yeah, so this is it. Like, we need a whole 0.01 overall in the grand scheme of things. So I have planned 0.1. I have planned a whole grand total 0.1. Yes, it took a lot of math to get it to that level of being a lot less TDM and a lot more actual, real, enjoyable complexity to set up all of those various things. But yeah, as it turns out, perfect samples are fine. It's just a lot of stuff to do. It's a lot of stuff to do, but it's very reasonable. Very reasonable. A lot of setting down singular buildings and such. It'll be really neat and interesting. What items are in the Great Alien Sample? This is the Great Alien Sample. Right here on the screen right now. So this is the stuff that's needed for the Great Alien Sample. We need the previous 2 tiers of Alien Sample, as well as glassware, chitin, Arthurian eggs, biosamples, DNA polymerase, which, appears in the other stuff as well, the other previous levels, primers, which appears in the previous level, formamide, which appears in the good samples. So a lot of this appears in the previous samples. The stuff that's new here is the chitin, the Arthurian eggs, and the graphene in particular, of which I am capable of making all of these things, including the graphene. I just have to set up the graphene to make these. Did I see new Ziphos? I haven't seen... What do you mean by new Ziphos? I've been doing a lot of planning, including planning on vanadium processing, which will, of course, include the need for 2.23 Ziphos, but I haven't broken that out yet. I haven't really looked at the balance of actually making the Zipho stuff quite yet. Just arbitrarily chose 15 vanadium out of the arthropod blood, but yeah, it's stuff. It's stuff and things. By the way, Super Steel, I have plans. I have plans on the Super Steel. We'll have to do the cobalt processing chain. Larva is more reasonable for it. Good. Very good. One thing that I did look at is chitin. Did I look into cobalt? It's fine. Cobalt's fine. I'm not at all concerned about the entirety of the cobalt processing chain at the moment. There was only one little change that needed to happen that has already happened, and that was one of the steps used to be in the direct reduction plant, which required circuit 3s, yet you needed the output of that to make the circuit 3s. That was obviously broken. That did change, and it's fine. It's fine primarily because you can do productivity on like all the steps of the cobalt processing chain. I probably shouldn't have just said that, but you can totally do productivity on like every single step of the cobalt processing chain, which makes it okay, like generally. I haven't looked at how much it's actually being used overall in it for the various stuffs and things. But yeah. So I wanted to make note about the Xenos. Xenos have the highest raw output of chitin available to me right now. Unfortunately, it's just not good. It's just not good. Why are you saying 0? I don't. Does not compute. I don't. You need to be down. There you go. You need to be down a step. Yeah, this is very expensive with a lot of stuff. This is a lot of stuff. So if we look, 170 buildings and 82.3 megawatts. If we compare this to Vrauk, which make 1 whole chitin per Vrauk, we can see that this is 161 buildings and less power. Why did I decide to use Bob's modules from the start? Because of UPS. Primarily. I wanted to have stronger modules so that I could reduce entity counts as we get into the later phases of the game, considering that in the first playthrough that I did, in the off-the-rails playthrough, which didn't have Pi Alien Life, we were running at less than 30 UPS at the end of it, and I wasn't even designing it at like particularly huge scale of output of science. I finished that at getting not 0 space science. The speed modules can beacon the animal buildings, but because the animal buildings have a really low base speed by comparison to the module slots and modules that go in them, it ends up not being particularly effective anyway. This is raising Vrout cocoons. Immortal. This is raising cocoons. This is the closest equivalent that you can do comparing Vrauk to Xenos, and Xenos is raising eggs, which again is like closest equivalent. Raising eggs with fetal serum. So I'm doing the fetal serum stuff for both of these, and yeah, it is significantly easier and better just to do the Vrauks than the Xenos in this instance. In this very specific circumstance, even feeding the Vrauk food to get the cocoons, it's significantly easier. By the way, there's another point to make. Quality Vrauk food is significantly better and easier to make than the simple food. And the reason why is because cellulose is a royal pain in the ass to get, and it needs cellulose on the basic food for this. Like, the cellulose is real bad, real expensive. The quality food is, frankly, straight up better than that. So, yeah. It was asked about what I still need for the purple science. Oh my god. What I need for the purple science. Is this even Factorio anymore? Oh, I wonder. I wonder at this point. So, the purple science, it was asked what I need. I need alien enzymes. That means I need to set up Fat Eye, which means I need alien sample 3s. I need venom glands, which means Vonix. It's a whole bunch of stuff. It's a paramagnetic material, which is circuit 3s. In fact, there's going to be a part in this where I actually need circuit 3s, I think. Somewhere along these lines, maybe. It's like I may as well have circuit 3s already by the time I set up this purple science. But yeah, this cobalt processing chain that is in here. We need this peptidase stuff. We need this microsin J25, which is going to need cytostatics. There's going to need lots of other stuffs. We need advanced coating, which is going to be diamonds. We need diamonds. Oh boy, we need diamonds. So that whole chain. We need mutant enzymes, which is a whole bunch of other crap. We need the comodulin binding mutant peptides, propeptides, as well as magnetic beads, and a whole bunch of other, stuffs and things. We need serine, which is comouts. So we need a set of comouts for the serine as well. So it's yeah. Needed uranium ore. Ahem. Good thing I have that on my network now. A whole 30. Wow. Okay. 33.34 uranium ore. Please tell me you take. Yes, you do. Good. Thank God. That'll be a lot lower over time as I get the better modules. But yeah, stuff. Oh yeah, here. Right here. So in order to get purple science, I need circuit 3s. So that's a relatively new thing. It's like, oh hey, purple science, the thing that gives you the actual gold processing chain. Yeah, you need to have a thing that takes gold to get the thing that gives you gold at scale. Have I finished all of my texts? I have finished all of the texts that I can currently take without getting into purple science. It's done. It's done. And then bio batteries on top of all of that stuff. Bio batteries. Oh god. And yeah, collagen, chitosan, skin. I've looked at skin, it's not that great. I can and am doing particle acceleration for the gold. It is not tech locked, no. It's just slightly annoying. It's just an annoyance. What about enriched biomass? Yeah, you can do stuff. You can do stuff and things. But point being, purple science is a long ways away. Actually, enriched biomass gold is purple science. I'm just thinking about that. Yeah, the enriched biomass gold is purple science. Sadly, there is, however, vat brain purple science, which at the moment all I need for the vat brain purple science is the beautiful and wonderful special small parts, which can happen a lot more quickly than the true purple science. So I'm just trying to figure out what order I want to do things in. But anyway, let's get into the goal for the day today. Now that I've spent just under an hour. Doing stuff. Yeah, good thing special small parts don't have that many ingredients. It will require other things that I need to do anyway. So it's like a slight detour on the path to actual purple science, so I may as well do them first and then get a trickle of purple science to then set up the rest of the purple science stuff. Oh, this is still the ultimately this will lead into purple science. Like that's ultimately the goal. All of this stuff is going to lead into purple science as it is well designed. Everything that I'm doing will eventually lead into purple science. Everything that I'm making will eventually lead into purple science. Will get used at some point either directly in purple science or even utility science and space science eventually. So yeah, it's everything that I do, every option that I have, will directly be contributing towards getting into the next level of science. So that's just how it's designed to happen. So let's see. I need stuffs. Let's pin that. I know I put like 0 down, but that's because we don't really need a constant supply of anything. We just need them to exist. We just need these things to exist. So I need molecular assemblers. Let's clean out some of this inventory a little tiny bit. Get rid of the excess things. Taking up slots. Let's see. I have high pressure furnaces, nanomaterial factories, which exist over here. Bioprinters. Am I even making those? I think I am. What does the Ocula do? The Ocula is essentially a logistic robot with unlimited range that is capable of delivering things to you no matter where you are on the map. And it flies, so it should be immune to any damage as well. So it will be able to bring things to me wherever I am on the map. And I've already built its actual building that is needed. Where the hell am I even going? There's a line of stuff. There's a line of stuff. Where are my bioprinters? Am I even? L. Bioprint. I am not even making these buildings. I am not even making these buildings. Yay! I get to set up another line of 4 stuffs. So the Dingrido is an upgraded Crawdad. It is a faster vehicle. It has a higher base speed than the Crawdad. At least I think it does anyway. Is there any organization in my mall? There used to be. I mean, yeah, there used to be. It was roughly organized by, like, expansion. So, sort of like PH stuff ends up being mostly in here with high tech and fusion towards the end, and a lot of this stuff is Pi Alien Life stuff in here. Like if I'm thinking about a Pi Alien Life building, it's this general section of stuff. If I'm thinking of Pi PH stuff, it's like this general area of things, and then raw ores is like in here, this type of stuff. And yeah, but over time, as more buildings get unlocked, I hadn't left any space for the new buildings that unlock, so it's just becoming a bit of a cluster at this point. We shall see if it has more storage space. What I do know is that I need to limit both of these to, like, nothing. Let's see, what else do I need? I need this gene lab, and then a couple of spare creature chambers. There's the gene lab. Alright, are we ready? We're never ready, but we'll manage. Where do I even want to do this? Let's do this over here. So this will be one of you making those doohickeys. Ah, right, sodium alginate. I need high pressure furnace on the alginate, which needs water. Anything else need water here? No. The nanomaterial factory making those scaffolds. The bioprinter printing pineal glands. What will happen to the Crawdad then? I have no idea. It'll just be unused. By the way, where is my Crawdad? I need to make something very, very clear. Very, very clear with the Crawdad, because I have come to realize, maybe for a second time, or maybe for the first time, I don't know, but I have come to realize that the Crawdad Crawdad doesn't take impact damage. It is immune to impact damage. So too are multi-purpose pipes. Multi-purpose pipes are immune to impact damage by the vehicle. All of them. Regular pipe, as well as the pipe to grounds. So it is literally impossible for me to destroy my own multi-purpose pipes with the vehicle. I just wanted to illustrate this for everyone, because it's a behavior you may or may not have noticed with my very poor driving skills over time, but that is another benefit of using the multi-purpose pipes. Also, I looked at the better food for the Crawdad / Dingrido and determined that the basic Dingrit food has the same fuel value as the meat, is significantly more expensive than just regular meat. Does make it go marginally faster, but I sort of wanted the better fuel value out of it. Oh, I just think they're ugly. Like that's my main concern. I just think that these boxes are ugly. Like mechanically they're fantastic. I just am not a fan of having these beautiful pipes become these nondescript boxes on every intersection. Like becoming these completely nondescript boxes on every intersection, the same as the undergrounds. It's like, who's the underground here? And I cannot count how many times I've ended up in a situation like this. In a situation like this, where the middle is a pipe to ground rather than a regular pipe, and I haven't noticed that I have made the mistake of having a pipe to ground here in the middle until I realize that there's no fluid flowing through. But anyway, the next step is this thing to make the actual peptides. And I'm not at all worried at the moment about actual throughput stuffs and things. I'll worry about that later. I probably just want the sodium alginate in its own doohickey. Same with these beads. Beads can be in their own thingy. Scaffold can be in its own thingy. Yeah, so today it's mostly concerning getting these upgrades going on and doing some miscellaneous setup of getting towards the great alien samples. Like these three things here are somewhat the goals. I wanted to make sure I get this done today, but then we're working towards graphene into alien sample 3s and then circuit 3s. That is the idea. I want all of these things, and this may or may not eventually involve having to set up things like Navins, Bodos, more Bodos, Yadels, stuff like that. There may be some other things that I inherently need as we go on. I do have stuff. I'm just waiting on doohickeys. Why did I put a thingy there when I need fluids? I need the fluids. I need all the fluids. I hate this change. Can I make this perfectly clear? I hate this change in vanilla base game. Like, I can't I don't know anymore which of these pipes is which without having to go over here and be like, oh, okay, so it's boric acid, pluripotent stem cells, as well as fetal serum. Like, seriously? Why? Why do I have to... Yeah, because the game is keeping track as well. That's the other thing, is the game is keeping track of what is supposed to be in each pipe. It's just not showing you anymore. It's just not showing you what should be in each pipe anymore unless it has an actual thing in it. Like, it's like it should tell you its expected fluid contents in these pipes. It should tell you what is the expected content. This does get hooked up to the mall stuffs, so that is fine. And then boric acid should exist somewhere. Does it exist over in this direction anywhere? Probably not. Yeah, as I said, it probably doesn't. So boric acid up here is probably the closest spot. This one's going to require a bit of a hike. Where even is the pipe? There it is. Alright, pipe. We have a mission. Is that the pipe? I guess. Alright, pipe. Come here. Oh. Oops. Come here, then. Let's just try not to get hit by a train in the meantime. In the meanwhile, let's not have a personal connection with a train. Sure. That works. Is purple science restricting my blue belts? No. Special small parts is restricting my blue belts, as well as super alloy. So blue belts will require super alloy and special small parts. Thank you so much for the follow. These... and super steel, frankly. But, yeah, one leads into the other. So, super steel, alloy, and special small parts. That's blue belts. That's the ultimate limiting factor on that front. And then I think the splitters are still circuit 2s, actually, on these. So we do express splitters. Yeah, those are still circuit 2s, but it's still super steel and special small parts and super alloy for those. Now, the next level still is going to be circuit 2s. Ah, I know what it is. It's the belt boxes. It's the express ultra fast. It's the ultra fast belt box that I'm concerned about. It's getting past blues. That is going to start requiring the circuit 3s for this particular belt box. And then that one. And then that's going to start requiring speed modules. And then, yeah, that's great. With stacking, the belt throughput is not a big issue. Yes, it is. It is not that big of an issue. I mean, clearly, being able to process 5 red belts of stacked zinc ore into 445 plates per second of zinc is only viable for me thanks to stacking, to do this all with red belts. To do all of this with reds. Speed modules are cheaper than Circuit 3s. In fact, I am making those speed modules. Right now, I have a stockpile of 100 of those speed modules just sitting there. Of the speed module 2s and 1s. 100 each of those. I've also got 100 of my raw productivity, and 100 of the raw speed, and 100 of the effectivity modules, all hanging out, doing absolutely nothing. I've even got, 100 God Module 1s, which are the same as all 3 of these at level 2. But anyway, you are non-zero. So we have non-zero amounts of calmodulin binding mutant peptides. Yay! We did it. That means I can now set up these 2 things. We did the thing! We have the stuffs. The limiting factor. It's consuming every single pineal gland I am currently producing. Because it needs 0.4 to 0.13. Oh, right. Yeah, wherever possible. Wow, that sucks. Alright, excuse me, but that needs to be on the list of stuff that uses productivity. Like, come on. This is an intermediate product. Like, are you serious? This stuff is an intermediate. You cannot convince me otherwise. This should absolutely take productivity. Why? I can understand the pineal glands. Like, I can understand the direct animal products. But really? Really? And then same with you. Really? Really? Isn't it by default that this building can't even use productivity to begin with? Why would you put a limitation on this particular recipe as well? Oh my god. So the molecular assemblers, I think, are one of those buildings. Yeah. You look at the list of the mods that are affecting this building at the top. You see on that list, productive planetons. That is my mod where I have gone in and changed this building so that this building can accept productivity modules, right? And yet, on top of this building no longer, like, not by default actually being able to take productivity modules, there is now a recipe level limitation for magnetic beads as well, to not have it take productivity on this very specific recipe. Like, are you kidding? Are you joking? No, obviously not, but hey, we've got some magnetic beads. We've got a few of those. And I can understand the bioscaffolds as well, to not have the productivity. Like, I can understand some of these things, but, like, come on! How many ocula am I gonna have? All of them. That is the short answer. Looking forward to eventually having the Photisis, but that's gonna require significantly more work. Dingrido. Let's do that. I only really need the one Dingrido. These require very similar things, by the way. Do. go on over here, grab that fetal serum. Then I need the artificial blood. Gosh, we set up artificial blood how long ago? It's been a really long time. Where even is it? There it is. It's over here. Oh, that sucks. Go away. I don't actually need either of you right now. There you go. And now we wait. For cDNA. Really? Oh. What? Did I not? Okay. That is an easy fix. I no longer need them brought all the way to the end of the mall, so wherever I have the biosamples coming in, if I can find them, just delete all that. But cDNA is in what building again? It is in the gene lab. This thing. Here, give me stuff. See, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. Great. That's what I expect. That is the behavior I expect there. cDNA absolutely should have it and does for productivity. Yeah, because I've got all those things. It's like, I know I have all of these things available to make more cDNA. Have we made one of these? Still waiting on that stupid cDNA. Wow. Alright. Sure. Bring it to me. Bring me the things. My bots. My beautiful, glorious bots. They need to travel a very long distance. Actually, looking at this, looking at the, bone meal here, reminds me, I need to scale my bone meal, significantly. Because as it turns out, my Ulrich build for bone meal was actually designed for 3 per second of bone meal. I need significantly more than that currently, and it gives me a prime opportunity to do a complete redesign of, or do a completely new Ulrich base that is on a more recent design.